How's it going, everybody? This is Kenema, and we are back with some more Clash of Clans. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about funneling. So, I've been getting more and more into the Go Wipe attack, and I'll do a separate video on that. And I know it's been out there, and there's tons of videos, but there's no videos about it on my channel, so I wanted to do one. So, we've actually been on a pretty good roll with winning lately. Getting our we're struggling a little bit getting used to some of the higher 25v25 wars with getting some of our guys up, but we're back on control of it, getting used to some of the attacks. Some of our lower guys are picking it up, mid guys are picking it up, and we're coming in here. But enough about that. I actually wanted to talk about what I said and funneling troops. So we're going to look at our last war, and yeah, unfortunately I said it in one of my previous videos that my base has never been 2-starred, and it actually was, so it makes me sad. But the guy had pretty maxed out troops and very high king and queen, so if it takes that to get me a 2-star, then I guess I can take it. I want to look at my attack here on number 3 and different ways to funnel. So when playing the game, basically if you're not sure what funneling is, and I will go ahead and pause this before we get started. If you're not sure what funneling is, basically funneling is where you try to get all of your troops to go right into the base and right head to the town hall. Now, the way troops are kind of programmed, depending on the troops, you got your golems, you have different troops that's programmed to go to defensive weapons, other troops that just attack everything, and then the goblins, of course, go after your resources. Well, in this case, not using goblins. Wall breakers, of course, go for walls. More than likely, they're going to try to go in some corners. So, the earthquake spell that I did do a video on, and if I remember, I may put a link to it right about now, hopefully. We'll see. If not, maybe at the end of the video. It works very well with funneling. It takes a lot of the ease out, the heartaches that we used to have to do with trying to get wall breakers to break where they want. So I will go ahead, and the whole point of this is to get all of your troops, or at least as many as possible, in, take out that town hall for that star, and also try to get at least 50% for another star. If you get a lot of the troops in there and they start taking out some of the other defenses, then it makes it very easy to get that 50%. So if we go ahead and watch this, we see the use of the earthquake spell. You can use 4 to cover this in one of my videos, but you can use 4 earthquake spells to get just about any level wall down. It doesn't matter if it's purple, doesn't matter if it's black, doesn't matter if it's the blue shielded. It still takes about 4 to get it down. And then I drop the troops. Now, basically drop the golems in first. Main reason to kind of get focus off of getting the stuff around it. So you can see, basically I drop those in. They're doing their thing. We have these other guys coming in here, and I'm dropping them off to pick up these outside buildings. Reason why I'm doing that is once these buildings are gone, which you can kind of see these guys already going in, because the closest buildings that these guys can attack is actually this right here between the cannon and the builder's hut, since these 2 buildings were already destroyed. So basically makes all the stuff want to go right on in here, take out that. Since these are taking out this, once this goes down, the next closest building is this stuff. So you see all these troops kind of just start looping back around, taking out the troops. I did make a mistake here, and I didn't use my poison, so I still got 2 stars, so not a huge deal on it. But you can see all these troops that I was dropping is just funneling right on in. Those breaking there, I was hoping that way some of the things would go and take out this to get more of the 50%. This dragon has worked out pretty nice for me to bring up some other stuff to get that 50%. But you see all my troops are right there in the center. Town hall goes down, some of the other pieces go down, and over here there's no defenses other than the crossbow, and it goes away. So very easy job to go ahead and come in here and pick up that 50% for that 2-star. Let's look at a couple other troops. I think this is a pretty good. You can see all of our top Go White players are they all do very good job of using that Earthquake spell for funneling, and it is a new spell. It is kind of, I think it's kind of cheap because it has taken a little bit of skill. I think it makes an easier path, but it's good to go ahead and use it. You see, you drop the 4 spells. It takes up 2 spell slots, so you do kind of get a disadvantage of having all your extra spells because it does take up 2 of the larger spell slots. But come in here, get a perfect path. He drops his wizards. They take these 2 out. So basically, everything wants to come right into this, then here, then so forth. And since these buildings are out, everything he drops is just going to funnel right on into the center of the base. As you can see, free spell, take that out. Well, and you can see all those troops. He's got all those wizards, the golems, his king, all these P.E.K.K.A.s, whatever, come in, and they just go to town clearing out as much stuff as they can. Teslas start taking them on down there, but enough for him to get in here, get the town hall. Then he's got enough things around the outside to go ahead and get that 50%. And of course, the 2-star. So let's look at another good attack. This one actually worked out very well. Now these are some easier bases. I can show one of mine where I at least got the star. I didn't go send all my troops directly for the town hall. It's not really, that one's not really made for funneling. So, but it does work on just about any town hall level to get those in there, the troops in there, and you know, depending on the setup, everything, it does kind of depend on the base setup. You can see we're looking at a spot where we can drop the 4 earthquake spells to take out the massive amount of walls to get a nice walkway from the outer side of the base all the way into the inner part of the base. And that's what he does. All this other stuff's kind of cleared away, so everything he drops here is just going to go right down into the center. And as you can see, it keeps going. Drop the healing spell to get the heals on those golems. They're going in there. All these wizards are just going to just zap everything and get it right up here to this town hall and end up taking it out. So you can see, drop another healing spell to keep him going, and that's down. But wouldn't be able to get that close if he hadn't, you know, went ahead and funneled all those troops in there and just keep all that going. So very good job. He ended up getting the 3-star on this one because he got all these troops in here. These golems are sitting here backing up these wizards as they're going behind them, taking out all these defensive units. And then these other troops just carry on the outside and take out everything they can. So very, very good job. We could probably look at some of the other guys. I don't know if we got hit. I didn't watch them. Should I show the fail for me? I don't know. But same concept. He did a little bit differently, not using earthquake spells, but the same go wipe attack and funneling the troops in. As you can see, 4 golems, dropping them in there, taking out all these side buildings with the wizards, bringing everything in, and it just goes straight for this. And actually, kind of a weakness for my base. I may need to kind of look into that. But everything just comes in, everything he drops on this side now will just funnel straight on in to the base and take out everything it possibly can. So unfortunately, he got my town hall, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it. But that's funneling. So definitely use the earthquake spell to your advantage. Get those troops funneled in. And yeah, so anyway, gotta go check on the angry screaming baby, but this has been Kinema. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick tips on funneling, and I will talk to you later. Okay, yeah, and it did take it out the rest of the percentage. So, as you can kind of see there, you know what? They're going to go after those, not after the pumps. Oh well. Anyway, so if you get it pretty much low, you can just use one to kind of finish it off.